Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Profitable Trading. Today on this video we will be talking about a very important aspect of market which I bet you have not heard before. So this is exclusive content, and I quote, this is a content that somebody provides only in the mentorship program, which is only available on my channel exclusively, absolutely for free. So without wasting any time of yours, let's get into the content and understand the reason why market moves and what is the reason behind market moving and the market manipulation, which is really required if you want to become a successful trader and a profitable trader consistently. If you're watching this video on my channel and you're visiting my channel for the first time, please do consider hitting the subscribe button and a like if you like the content, and don't forget to hit the bell icon, because as soon as I add this exclusive content on my channel, which you will continue to see and always be thrilled to see this content coming on my channel, which will always be valuable for the time that you're spending on my channel. You'll get notified as soon as I add a video for you. Okay, so let's not waste any more of time and get into the content right here. Okay, so let's get into the content to understand the really important part of why a market moves and where are we as retailers in the market. So on this first slide, the important detail that you should know and that I'm about to disclose is the basic principle of market, the exchange system. How does it work? It reacts like a weight scale. That's very important, number one. And you'll know why in a minute here. And another important detail that you should know is market, the exchange system, does not offer anyone upfront any profits. Meaning if you invest money in the exchange, it doesn't give you profit by default. So it works on the principle of zero sum, which means the side which has the advantage and plays well makes the money and the other one loses, and the retailers are always on the losing side. Hence you might have heard about retailers losing 99% of the times, 90% of the times, these numbers, right? Okay, having that in mind, let's see what really happens in the exchange system. So in this first example, I have a weight scale for you where you see retailers investing 0.7 on the buy side and institutions investing 5x. Now between these two quantities, obviously the institutions quantity is pretty big. Okay, so in this example, market moves in the up direction, in the buy direction. Okay, because the weight is more on the buy side because of the big quantities purchased. And another key important detail that you should know now, since you know that institutions buy at a very big quantity, their orders don't get executed at the same time completely. Have that in mind. We'll get to know about that more when we get into the later part of the video. Okay, now let's look into the second example where you see retails investing 0.5. It's just an arbitrary example that I've picked for demonstration. Don't quote me on that. So 0.5x on the sell side from the retailers and institutions investing 5x on the buy side. Okay, now among these two quantities, again the institutions have the biggest quantity and they have purchased on the buy side. Okay, so now since the exchange system reacts as a weight scale, what will happen is the result of the market direction. In this example, the market will move in the up direction, in the buy direction, which is totally opposite of what retailers have invested on. So we are on retailers, as retailers we are on the wrong side, because we really cannot create the amount of pressure needed for the market to move in the sell side, because the quantity purchased obviously from the retailer is always less. Okay, so that's a key important detail. Now since you know this detail, which is really valuable and most of you do not know, you will actually find the reason and footprints of institutions to actually understand on which side is the institutions or the banks, because now you know that only being on the side of the institutions and the direction which they trade will make you profitable, which we will actually find out in the later part of the video. Now let's move into the next example, which is again another interesting content for you. Now in this whole buy cycle that you see price moving up and down, making a complete uptrend, I've indicated this blue colored icons as institutions, and these are retail purchases. Okay, now consider institutions buying on this price level, price moving from 90 somewhere around 100 here. Okay, they're buying again a 5x quantity, and since they buy, market keeps moving up, right, as we saw in the previous slide. Now when we see as retailers price moving up, what we do is we tend to buy, and as the price moves up, there's a lot of belief, right, in the market that price is moving up. So a lot of retailers join. You can see a big crowd joining here, buying, and price ultimately reaches this level of 150. Now since they purchased this big quantity here at a discounted price, right, quote me on this, discounted price has gone to 150, right? This is just an arbitrary example, just the numbers, right, just for demonstration. Now they start selling it back because they've made their profits, and since they know that you have stop losses, another key important detail, that institutions and banks have a second level of access. They do not look at charts, they have the order charts where they can see how much liquidity or how much purchases have been made by retailers on what price. So this is the exclusive visibility that retailers do not have and institutions have. So this is the edge that the institutions have over the retailers. They know at which price how much has been invested by the retailers. Because they know this, it's really hard for us to always win and be on the profitable side. Okay, so this is a key important detail that you should know. Okay, now after knowing this, and since institutions know it, they move the price in the opposite direction, right, to cross all your stop losses and causing the stop losses to hit on this place for the folks who purchased here, and then again a stop loss hit, right, and then price moves back here. And another reason why, see, there is always a why to why price is moving. Okay, when you try to get the answer for this why is when you become a successful trader, and this is how I have become a successful trader, by finding the reason why behind the price movement. Now when price is moving here in this direction, there is definitely a why, and the answer is, I did tell you a while ago that big institutions have big orders and they don't get executed at the same time, right? So they made a purchase at 5x, a big quantity, and that doesn't get triggered and completely executed. So they need to trigger the pending orders. To do that, they intentionally move the price in the opposite direction to reach where they have their pending orders, and at the same time they're also causing the stop losses to hit, which means you're losing money, and your money, hard-earned money, is coming back into the market in the exchange system, which they need because that is their profit. Remember, I told you that market doesn't give anybody any profit. Any amounts that you purchase does not give you a default profit coming from the exchange system. So whatever you have lost as retailers is their profit. Okay, now when they move the price back in this location, the magic that's happening is they're fulfilling a lot of things for themselves, like benefits. Now they have got the price here where they have their pending orders, which means after making this profit from 100 to 150, they're again buying at a discounted price. Okay, note this, discounted price around somewhere around 100 or maybe 90, around, yeah, around 100. Okay, so again the price moves because that's a big purchase, obviously price moves. Okay, and when the price moves, some retailers participate in the buying here on this buy cycle, and they're quite lucky because in the previous buy cycle, right, a lot of retailers lost money, and in this cycle institutions are not interested in hitting stop losses. They've already made their profits. They're kind of moving the market up. So this is where you can see that you are lucky. Sometimes you make profits and sometimes you do not. Okay, so now you might have known that why you make profits on some day and some day you're not able to make profits. You're not consistent. The reason is what we just heard on this video. Okay, so as a summary, right, on this particular day, which is quite interesting, institutions came with this 5x amount in the market. Now they left this market with an additional gain of 0.6x, which is all coming from your retail stop loss hits. Okay, so yeah, that's the important detail that you should know, and you know now, and you will be careful, and you now know the reason why you make money one day and lose another day.